A first alert from the Sheboygan Police Department. A 14-year-old boy visiting from the Beloit area is dead after an e-bike crashed with a car. It happened just before 5 o'clock Saturday evening at South 25th Street and Broadway Avenue. The teen was riding an e-bike southbound on 25th when he failed to stop for a stop sign and rode into Broadway. A sedan heading west on Broadway then hit the e-bike. The 14-year-old was rushed to a nearby hospital where he died from his injuries. The driver of the car, a 25-year-old Sheboygan man, was not hurt and is cooperating with police. No additional information is being released right now.